Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One, coming to you Wednesday, April the 1st. April Fool's Day. The year's 2020. Let's talk trading. It's the monthly open, and you know what? It does not matter. As I've been trading this past month, I've been doing the wall mall method. So, if you traders been watching, some of you really like the method because it's really very simple, and it's basically, using a sweet spots indicator, and we've also done a couple other things to it. You can trade the buy zone every hour, or you could trade the first M1 candle high low breakout, or the first M5 high low candle breakout. But the thing is, it doesn't matter. None of that matters, because once you put the trade on, everything that you've done up into that trade doesn't matter anymore. All that matters is basically you manage the money. Okay? Now, boys and girls, fellow traders, and all you non-binary traders, these videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. Trading is extremely risky. You can lose all of your money. If you need trading, investment, or financial advice, seek the advice of an accredited financial professional. Now, once again, before the trade, you prepare. And by prepare, the preparation is you look at the charts and you determine if price gets to a certain level, you're going to buy. If it gets to another level, you're going to sell. So that's your preparation, because it doesn't really matter what how you get to that point, how you decide at what point you buy and at what point you sell. Then when that happens, that's opportunity. When you look at the chart and you see price at the level you determine to enter the trade, that's your opportunity. Now it's up to you to click the mouse, press the button. It's up to you to take action. And after that, if the market smiles upon you and you exit with a profit, that's luck. On the other hand, if the market doesn't smile upon you and price is going against you, when you exit with a small loss, that is skill, because you don't want to lose any more in any one particular trade than you're willing to lose. Because if you let it go too far, then you're blowing everything, and that's the road to ruin. So you manage the risk. Once that trade is entered, you're only managing the risk. Okay, for the week here so far, we still have some pairs that haven't filled. You can see the pound is right around the 124 mark here. And in fact, I should probably switch up, because Walmart decided to switch over to the euro. So I think for this month, we're going to be looking at the euro. So you can see here, euro is moving down here. It's 25 pips off of the daily low, out of the rat zone there. And you can see here, it's a down day. 305 off the yearly low, 554 off the high, and 269 off the open. Far as that, you can see here's the opening range for the week, and you can see how the euro dropped below that a couple of times there. Nice trades for anybody taking that trade. Oh, and just because I know some of you guys are wondering what indicators, that's a TRO 2019 first day that puts up these three shaded areas. And where's the other one? We've got we've got the month right here, because it's the first day of the month. Then you've got the week, then you've got the year. So the month is still plotting, because this is the first day of the month. Inside bar traders were rewarded with a short right here from that inside bar a couple days ago. And once again, there's some inside bar opportunities to be had today. Range, we've got more over 100, and just some great ranges here. Great ranges. As far as the euro, it took out the pivot. And I was looking at this yesterday. I was thinking, I really think it's going to hit that pivot, based on statistics. But I didn't take that trade overnight because I didn't want it running against me. Green rats should be feasting. Well, right now, getting your bellies full. Once again, we took out the pivot. We took out the weekly pivot, which I think I called. Actually, we were working on the pound, and I think the pound probably took out its weekly pivot too. I guess we could actually take a look at it real quick. Did it? No, pound hasn't taken out the weekly pivot, but the euro did. And we look here once again on the daily, it took it out. That was a nice run there. And you can see there hasn't been too many weekly missed pivots. You'd have, there was 4 in 2018. Then you got to go all the way back to 2014 to find some more. On the daily, though, none, 0 last year. They've all been cleared out. We've got 2 so far this year, 1 here and 1 here from last month. So once again, playing those pivots, statistically, it's in your favor. But for example, here's a daily that missed and it took a while to come back and take it out. So once again, you put the trade on, you manage the risk, because it didn't matter that you're fading a pivot or you're doing a buy zone or you're doing a ret zone. Once you enter the trade, that goes off to the side. Just forget about it. All you now do is manage the money. And what I've noticed is sometimes right when the opportunity comes, sometimes my brain would kick into gear when I'm doing the wall mall. And it was like I had to just say no. It's like the Evan Longoria, be where you need to be when you need to be there. Get in the game. Follow the routine. If the routine says go short, right here, go short. Don't think, well, blah. No, no. There's nothing that you can say or think or do at that point that's going to influence the outcome of that trade. And that is where I think most traders get tripped up. Here we've got a wick zone. In fact, earlier, Walmart and I, we were trading the past couple of hours here, and this 26 number, price kept pushing below, coming back, pushing below, but you can see here on this candle, we've got a nice push to the upside. And once again, using the new frequency distribution indicator, which I will be sending out, if not this week, next week, for you fellow traders that have made donations. But let me pause the video because I got a new toy to show you too. Okay, fellow traders. What I did was, you can notice here, we've got the above below indicator that I wrote that you'll be getting in the next batch of indicators. Because Walmart asked me, he says, can you do it so it shows it like the one above and one below? And I'm thinking, oh man, that's going to be a lot of code. And then I thought, no, all I have to do is add an input called my offset and the indicator tag. So this one right here is tag 0 with 0 offset. That's the original. And then this one here, tag is 1, offset is 10. So you can see here, we were at the 40. Actually, when it opened between 20 and 30. So you see here, right here, it's between 20 and 30. And now, as it just crossed above, you see here how each one moved up. So you can tell here, what did it do with this area? 50. What did it do at the 50 line above below, 40 line, etc. So this shows you how many times it crossed above or below these certain lines here. And so you can see here at 60 and 50, it hasn't done it. At 50 and 40, it hasn't done it. But right here, between 40 and 30, how many times above and how many times below? But it looks like I've got to fix something here because I wonder why those 0, but I've got percentages. So this is something I just worked on today, so I guess I got to get some of the bugs out. But that was interesting. I have to figure out what happened there. It maybe looked like it was a clearing error. Okay, but the original wall method here, right here, you can see here a long trigger. This time didn't pay off, but a couple of pips. This time, a few more. This time, you may have been in for the Magilla trade right here. And on the flip side is the money management. Once you get in a trade and you're up a couple of pips, that might be all you get. And so you're going to have to go in there and take it. And then once you do that, it's wipe the slate clean, forget about that trade. And if you're watching the screen and it keeps going your way, doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. You've got to let go of it because the next time you're going to try and go for more, and then you might wind up stopping out. You could have had, I could have had. If you're using that, I could have had, that's your road to ruin. Don't talk about what you could have had. Talk about, I got 2 pips. I got 2 pips. If you say that on each and every trade, I got 2 pips, guess what? You're making money. In fact, Walmart said something funny. I was almost rolling on the floor laughing. Seriously. He said, you know, trading would be easy if it wasn't for the losses. That just cracked me up. But I mean, you know, because we all know trading's simple, but it's not easy. And it's like you said, it'd be easy if it wasn't for the losses. So that's just something to keep in mind. I mean, if you got to have a sense of humor about this. I mean, we got into some trades. As soon as we got in, price dropped against us, you know, 3 or 5 pips. It's just like you have to laugh it off. Or I was in one trade earlier where I was within 2 pips of my break even. And I had been down, I think maybe 10 pips, and I didn't take it. And you know what price did? It reversed on me. And I got to thinking, you know, as Walmart says, you know, it's a lot easier to make up 2 pips than it is 10. So I was kicking myself, but I just waited. I waited it out, and then when I had the opportunity to exit, I actually got 2 pips on the trade. So, but the point being is that you have to look at what you've done, see how you could do it better the next time, put that in your exit playbook, and then trade accordingly. Because if you don't, then you're prone to do the same thing over and over and over again. And so like you can see here on the ranges here a couple hours ago, we were stuck. I mean, just stuck between, I think it was between 20 and 30. You can look back here and just see. And we were trading this nonsense. I mean, it was just tough trading. But sometimes that's the way it is. Other times you just get that break and it just runs. I mean, look, that break there was just really sweet. And the other indicator I wrote, as I showed you earlier, we looked at the first trading range for the week, for the month, for the year, and I got to thinking, why not do that for the hour? So this indicator is still first bar of hour, so we can do M1, we can do M5, and I also believe I had put in an M15 option. Show M15 true. I haven't really tested that far, but there you go. High for the M15, low for the M15 must be the same as the M5, so it doesn't label it. But anyway, that's something else to look forward to, fellow traders. But just remember, it doesn't matter because it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So get out there and drain the bank.